In the vast expanse of the galaxy, tales of Earth had faded into myth. For 500,000 years, it was a name whispered only in hushed tones among the stars. Different alien civilizations had risen and fallen, but none knew the truth of what had happened to the blue planet that once teemed with life. It had become a ghost in the memories of the galaxy, a legend lost in time. The Galactic Council, a powerful assembly of various alien races, ruled over the known universe. They decided the fates of worlds and species, maintaining a fragile peace. Most of them believed Earth had been destroyed long ago, consumed by its own wars or lost in the chaos of the universe. Yet, some still held on to the belief that humanity had survived. Hidden away in the shadows of space, in a distant star system, an alien ship drifted through the void. Its crew, a mix of various species, had been investigating strange energy readings that had piqued their curiosity. The ship's captain, a tall, green-skinned being named Zoreth, was fascinated by the readings. "What do you make of it, Sira?" he asked, glancing at his science officer, a small, round creature with large, inquisitive eyes. Sira tapped her console, her fingers flying over the controls. "These signals are unlike anything we've ever encountered, Captain. They seem to be patterned, almost like a language. It could be a distress signal or something more." Zoreth leaned forward, intrigued. "Keep monitoring the signals. We need to find out where they're coming from. If it's indeed a message, we may not be alone in this part of the galaxy." As they continued their search, whispers of the signal spread among the various species of the Galactic Council. Many dismissed the rumors, thinking they were just tales of old. "Earth is a fairy tale," scoffed one council member, a fierce warrior named Selrak. "There's nothing out there. We've conquered countless worlds, and we've never found any trace of humans." Another member, a wise and ancient being known as Eldara, disagreed. "Do not underestimate the past. There are stories of humanity's brilliance and resilience. If they survived, it could change everything." Despite the council's skepticism, Zoreth's crew pressed on. Days turned into weeks as they followed the signals across the galaxy. Each pulse brought them closer to an unknown source, and curiosity began to consume them. What if Earth still exists? Sira pondered aloud one evening as they gathered for their meal. What if we find a fleet of human ships, still alive after all these years? Zoreth nodded thoughtfully. Imagine what we could learn from them. They might possess technology beyond our understanding. Finally, after an arduous journey, the crew arrived at the coordinates of the signals. They found themselves in a dense nebula, colorful clouds swirling around them, obscuring their view. Zoreth ordered the ship to slow down, and his heart raced with anticipation. "Prepare to scan for the source of the signals," he instructed. As they activated their scanners, a massive shape emerged from the nebula. The ship was enormous, dwarfing anything the crew had ever seen. Its hull shimmered with strange energies, and its design was unlike any technology they had encountered. "Captain, we've never seen a vessel like this," Sira exclaimed, her voice a mix of awe and fear. "Could it be?" Zoreth whispered, staring in disbelief. "Is this a human ship?" The alien explorers quickly realized they were witnessing the return of a long-lost civilization. As they drew closer, the ship's massive doors opened, revealing a fleet of smaller vessels inside, all powered by advanced technology that seemed to defy logic. But fear and uncertainty gripped the crew. "What if they are hostile?" Sira asked, her eyes wide. "We cannot be sure they come in peace." Zoreth took a deep breath, reminding himself of the tales of humanity's courage and ingenuity. "We must attempt contact. We need to know if Earth truly still exists and what it means for the galaxy." As they approached, the ancient myths began to take shape before their very eyes. In that moment, the fate of the galaxy hinged on a single question. Could humanity rise from the ashes and reclaim its place among the stars? As Zoreth's ship glided closer to the massive human vessel, the atmosphere aboard was thick with anticipation. The crew exchanged nervous glances, their hearts racing as they pondered what they might find. For centuries, They had dismissed Earth as a myth, yet here they were, standing on the brink of a historic encounter. "Captain, we're picking up more signals from the ship," Sira said, her fingers dancing over the controls. "They seem to be asking for communication. It's a complex pattern, almost like a greeting." Zorath nodded, his mind racing. "Let's respond. Open a channel." His voice was steady, but inside, he felt a whirlwind of emotions. He realized that they were not just talking to a ship, but possibly to the remnants of humanity itself. "Channel open," Sira confirmed. Zorath took a deep breath and spoke. "This is Captain Zorath of the starship *Elysium*. We come in peace and wish to communicate with you." The response was almost immediate, a series of bright pulses lighting up the ship's console. "They are responding, Captain." "The signals are forming words," Sira said, her excitement bubbling over. As the signals transformed into coherent language, a voice resonated from the ship. "This is Commander Elena from the Terran fleet. We have been monitoring your signals. Who are you, and what brings you to this region of space?" The crew erupted in astonished murmurs. The name Terran sent shivers down their spines, for it was a term long associated with humanity. Zorath struggled to maintain his composure. "We are explorers from the Galactic Council. We thought Earth was a lost world. We seek knowledge and understanding." There was a brief pause, and then Commander Elena responded. "You are correct. Earth is not lost. We have been in hiding, evolving in the shadows. We wish to learn about the galaxy and its current state." Zorath felt a wave of relief wash over him. The humans were not hostile. They were curious, just like his crew. "We wish to know more about you and your fleet," he replied, his voice steady. "What technology do you possess? How did you survive for so long?" As Elena shared their story, the crew listened in rapt attention. "We faced many challenges, but we adapted. Our fleet is equipped with technology that was once thought to be mere science fiction. We mastered interstellar travel, advanced weaponry, and sustainable living in space. We have come to reclaim our place in the galaxy." Zorath's mind raced with the implications. If humanity had indeed advanced beyond their understanding, it could change everything. "Will you share this technology with us?" he asked, his voice filled with hope. "Perhaps," Commander Elena replied cautiously, "but we must first understand the intentions of your council. The galaxy has changed since our disappearance. Trust must be earned." As they continued their discussion, Zorath felt a sense of excitement grow among his crew. The humans were not just powerful, they were intelligent and wise. They shared knowledge about their advanced ships, their new energy sources, and their strategic military tactics. Every detail painted a picture of a civilization that had not just survived, but thrived in isolation. Suddenly, alarms blared aboard the *Elysium*. Sarah's face turned pale as she read the screen. "Captain, we're detecting multiple ships approaching rapidly. They are not signaling for communication. They appear to be hostile." Zorath's heart sank. The moment of discovery was threatened by an impending attack. "Elena, we have incoming vessels. They do not respond to our signals," he warned, anxiety creeping into his voice. "Prepare for battle," Elena replied calmly. "We will support you. Activate our defensive systems." The crew of the *Elysium* scrambled to their stations, adrenaline pumping through their veins. Zorath's mind raced as he considered their options. "Can we outrun them?" he asked, turning to Sira. "Not with this many ships," she replied, fear evident in her tone. "We'll need the human fleet's help." "Then let's work together," Zorath shouted. "Elena, we need your fleet now." As the human ships rallied to their side, a fierce battle erupted in the depths of the nebula. The alien attackers, drawn by the signals of the Terran fleet, had come seeking glory, but found themselves caught in a fight for survival. Zorath felt a surge of hope as the humans joined the fight, their ships moving with incredible speed and precision. Together, they formed a united front, ready to show the galaxy that humanity was back and stronger than ever. The battle in the nebula was fierce. Bright flashes of light filled the dark void as energy blasts collided with shields, creating shockwaves that rippled through space. Zorath stood at the helm of the Elysium *, gripping the controls as he watched the alien attackers advance. His crew was tense, but their spirits were lifted by the arrival of the human fleet. "Commander Alina, what are your orders?" Zorath asked, his voice steady but laced with urgency. "Form a defensive line," Alina commanded, her voice strong and clear over the communication channel. "Protect the Elysium * at all costs. We'll show them the power of a united front." Zorath felt a rush of determination. Together, they would prove the galaxy wrong. Humanity was not a myth. The Terran fleet, sleek and powerful, moved into position alongside the Elysium *. The human ships, designed with sharp lines and advanced weaponry, stood ready for battle. As the first wave of enemy ships closed in, Zorath could see the fear in their eyes. They had expected an easy victory against a supposedly weak and lost civilization. Instead, they faced an alliance that combined the cunning of alien strategists with the ingenuity of humanity. "Prepare to engage," Zorath shouted, adrenaline coursing through him. "Fire at will." Energy beams shot from the Elysium * and the human ships, lighting up the dark expanse like fireworks. Zorath marveled at the synchronized movements of the human fleet. They maneuvered with precision, using their advanced technology to outsmart the attackers. Their ships darted through the enemy ranks, dodging fire while returning shots with deadly accuracy. "Look at them go!" Sira exclaimed, her eyes wide with awe. "Their tactics are incredible. It's like they've been preparing for this moment." Alina's ship, the Valor *, led the charge, its cannons roaring to life as it targeted the largest enemy vessel. Zorath watched in admiration as the human ship unleashed a barrage of firepower, taking down enemy shields in seconds. The alien ships, once confident in their superiority, were beginning to falter. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission from the enemy commander," Sira said, her voice shaking slightly. "They want to negotiate." Zorath felt a mix of surprise and disbelief. "Negotiate? After attacking us?" He glanced at Alina, who looked equally puzzled. "Let's hear what they have to say," Alina replied, her expression serious. "We need to know why they are here." Zorath nodded, and Sira connected the communication. The face of the enemy commander appeared on the screen, a rough-looking figure with dark scales and piercing eyes. "This is Commander Draken of the Zoltorian fleet. We did not come to destroy. We came seeking dominance. We believed Earth was a weak target." Alina smirked slightly. "You were gravely mistaken. The only dominance you'll find here is our unity." Draken's eyes narrowed. "We offer you a chance to surrender. Join us, and you can share in the spoils of the galaxy. Refuse, and you will be destroyed." Zorath could see the bravado faltering in Draken's demeanor. "We will never surrender," Zorath replied firmly. "You underestimate humanity and its allies. We are stronger than you think." "Your bravado will be your downfall," Draken retorted, his voice laced with anger. He cut off the communication before they could respond. "Prepare for a full assault," Zorath shouted, rallying his crew. "Show them the power of our alliance." As the battle resumed, the human and alien ships worked seamlessly together. Zorath marveled at the teamwork. Each ship covered the other, ensuring no one was left vulnerable. The tide of battle began to turn. Zorath felt a sense of pride swell in his chest. They were not just fighting for their lives. They were fighting for the legacy of Earth. Every pulse of energy and every maneuver carried the weight of their shared history. The enemy commander, realizing he had underestimated the combined might of the human fleet and his own, began to retreat. One by one, the Zoltorian ships fell back, scrambling to escape the onslaught. "Keep up the pressure," Alina called out, her voice filled with determination. "They can't escape us now." In that moment, Zorath felt the power of unity, a force greater than any individual could hope to achieve. The battle was a testament to what could happen when civilizations came together, and he knew this was just the beginning. As the last of the enemy ships fled into the depths of space, Zorath and Alina exchanged a glance of victory. The battle was won, but the real challenge lay ahead. They had made contact with humanity, and now they had to navigate the complex path of alliance and trust in a galaxy that had long forgotten Earth. The aftermath of the battle was filled with a mix of relief and excitement. The *Elysium* and the *Valor* floated side by side in the vastness of space, surrounded by debris from the defeated Zoltorian fleet. Zorath stood at the bridge of his ship, staring out into the void, the adrenaline of combat still coursing through his veins. "Captain, we've received a message from Commander Alina," Sarah announced, her eyes bright with enthusiasm. "She wants to meet with us to discuss the next steps." Zorath nodded, feeling a wave of hope wash over him. "Put her on the screen." Alina appeared, her face lit by the glow of the bridge. "Zorath, what a victory. We have much to discuss." "Yes, we do," Zorath replied, a smile breaking across his face. "What's our next move? We need to be cautious. The Zoltorians won't take defeat lightly." Alina's expression turned serious. "You're right. We must strengthen our alliance and prepare for possible retaliation. I suggest we gather our fleets and form a united front. We need to show the galaxy that Earth is not to be underestimated." Zorath agreed. "We'll send out messages to nearby allied ships and prepare for a meeting. We need to discuss how to respond to the Zoltorians and ensure our safety." As they coordinated their efforts, the crew of the Elysium felt a renewed sense of purpose. They were no longer just explorers. They were part of something bigger. The prospect of an alliance with humanity filled them with excitement and hope for the future. The next few days were filled with preparations. Ships from various factions arrived, all drawn together by the events of the recent battle. Zorath and Alina stood at the helm, welcoming each fleet as they docked. The bridge buzzed with activity as officers exchanged information and strategies. During one of the meetings, Zorath looked around the table, filled with representatives from both human and alien fleets. "We must establish a clear communication line," he said. "If we are to fight together, we need to trust each other." Alina added, "We also need to share technology and resources. The strength of our alliance will depend on how well we cooperate." As discussions progressed, Zorath noticed a sense of camaraderie growing among the crews. They shared stories, experiences, and laughter, building connections that transcended species. Zorath felt proud of the unity forming before him. But the atmosphere shifted when a holographic projection of a Zoltorian ship appeared in the center of the room. The image flickered to life, revealing Commander Draken, his scales glistening ominously. "You think this is over, Zorath?" he sneered. "You've merely delayed your fate. The Zoltorian Empire will not forget this humiliation." Zorath felt a chill run down his spine. "We will be ready for you, Draken. You underestimate our alliance." Draken laughed, a cruel sound that echoed in the chamber. "I welcome your challenge. You have no idea what you're up against. We will return, and next time, you will fall." With that, the transmission ended, leaving a heavy silence in the room. Zorath could feel the tension in the air. The Zoltorians were not just a threat. They were a wounded beast, ready to strike back. Alina broke the silence. "We need to take this threat seriously. Our alliance must prepare for war." Zorath nodded, determination hardening in his gaze. "We will train together. We need to ensure that our fleets are battle-ready and that we understand each other's tactics. The next time they come for us, we won't just defend. We will counterattack." In the days that followed, the combined fleets engaged in rigorous training exercises. Human and alien crews worked side by side, learning from one another. They practiced maneuvers, shared strategies, and fine-tuned their weapon systems. The camaraderie grew deeper, and Zoreth found himself inspired by the resilience and ingenuity of his new allies. One evening, as they wrapped up a long day of drills, Zoreth gathered his officers for a debriefing. "We have faced our first challenge together and emerged victorious," he said, his voice steady and strong. "But we must stay vigilant. The Zoltorian Empire is formidable, and they will not forget what we've done. Our alliance is our greatest strength. Together, we will ensure the safety of Earth and all its allies." The crew erupted in cheers, their spirits high. Zoreth felt a surge of pride as he looked around the room. They were no longer just a crew. They were a united force ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Little did they know, the real battle for their future was just beginning. The days turned into weeks as the combined fleets of humans and aliens trained relentlessly. Zoreth felt a growing sense of pride as he watched his crew adapt to their new allies. They shared meals, exchanged stories, and forged bonds that transcended their differences. The atmosphere on the Elysium was charged with determination and hope. One evening, Zoreth and Alina gathered on the observation deck to discuss their strategy. The stars twinkled brightly outside, a beautiful sight that felt almost surreal amid the tension. "We've come a long way," Alina remarked, her gaze fixed on the stars. "But we need to be ready for the Zoltorian return. They won't just attack. They'll come with everything they have." Zoreth nodded, contemplating the challenges ahead. "I believe our training has put us in a good position. We've developed new tactics, and the morale is high. But we can't become complacent." Alina smiled slightly. "You're right. We must remain vigilant. I suggest we organize a joint patrol around the outer edges of our territories. This will give us a chance to practice our strategies in real time, while also keeping an eye out for any Zoltorian activity." "Good idea," Zoreth agreed. "Let's gather the commanders and put together a plan." The next day, they called a meeting with the leaders of the Allied fleets. Officers from both human and alien races gathered in the briefing room, their faces filled with determination. Zoreth stood at the front, addressing the room. "We are here to establish a patrol that will strengthen our defenses and prepare us for any impending attacks. This is not just a drill. It is a critical step in our united front against the Zoltorians." The room buzzed with energy as they discussed their plans. Strategies were drawn on the holographic display, and everyone contributed ideas. It was clear that they were not just allies in battle, but also in strategy and planning. Days later, the patrol began. Zoreth commanded the Elysium while Alina led the Valor Together, they set out into the vastness of space, flanked by several other ships from the coalition. As they cruised through the void, Zoreth felt a sense of purpose. The stars twinkled like diamonds against the darkness, and he took a moment to appreciate the beauty surrounding them. But the beauty was tinged with anxiety. The Zoltorians were still out there, waiting for the right moment to strike. Suddenly, alarms blared on the bridge. Zoreth jumped to his feet. "What's happening?" "Long-range scanners detect multiple ships approaching," Syrah reported, her fingers flying across the console. "It's a Zoltorian fleet." Panic washed over the crew as Zoreth turned to Alina. "We need to prepare for battle. Ready the weapons and raise the shields." The crew sprang into action, moving with urgency and purpose. Zoreth felt his heart race. This was it, the moment they had been training for. He took a deep breath and focused on the task ahead. Alina's voice cut through the chaos. "Zoreth, we need to establish a defensive formation. Let's make sure they can't surround us." "Understood," Zoreth responded, relaying the commands to his crew. "Form a circle around the Elysium. We'll protect our main ship at all costs." The Allied ships fell into formation, their weapons primed and ready. The Zoltorian fleet loomed ahead, their ships ominous and dark against the starry background. Zoreth's pulse quickened as he locked eyes with Draken's flagship, the asterisk dreadnought asterisk, gliding forward with a sense of menace. "This is it," Zoreth said, his voice firm. "We will show them the strength of our alliance." The Zoltorian ships advanced, weapons charging. Zoreth could feel the tension in the air as both fleets prepared for combat. This was no longer just a test. It was a battle for survival. "Fire at will," Zoreth shouted, the order echoing through the bridge. Energy beams lit up the darkness as both fleets opened fire. The asterisk Elysium asterisk rocked with the force of the blasts, but Zoreth held steady, directing his crew with determination. Alina fought fiercely on the asterisk Valor asterisk, her ship darting between enemy vessels, firing volleys of energy blasts. The combined fleet pushed back against the Zoltorian assault, but Zoreth knew they would have to stay focused and united to win. In the heat of battle, Zoreth felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. He was not just fighting for himself, but for every member of the alliance. They were all counting on him. As the chaos unfolded around them, Zoreth knew that this fight was only the beginning. The Zoltorian Empire had returned, and they would not back down easily. But Zoreth was determined to protect his newfound allies and ensure that their unity would prevail against the darkness threatening to consume them. The battle raged in the cold void of space. Zoreth stood firmly on the bridge of the asterisk Elysium asterisk, his eyes focused on the chaotic scene unfolding before him. Ships exchanged fire, bright energy blasts illuminating the darkness like fireworks. He could hear the shouts of his crew and the steady hum of the ship's systems, but his mind was clear. This was a fight for survival. "Captain, the Zoltorian ships are regrouping," Sira reported, her fingers flying across the control panel. "They're trying to flank us. Reinforce our starboard side. We need to prevent them from getting behind us." Zoreth commanded, his voice steady. He could feel the weight of responsibility pressing down on him. The lives of his crew and the fate of their alliance rested on their actions. As the ships maneuvered into position, Zoreth glanced at the display, where various battle indicators flashed. The Zoltorian fleet was powerful, but the united front of the human and alien ships was formidable. He could see Alina's asterisk Valor asterisk engaging the Zoltorian cruiser, expertly dodging enemy fire while returning blasts with precision. "Hold steady," Zoreth called out. "We can't lose focus now." Just then, a massive energy beam shot from the asterisk dreadnought asterisk, striking one of the Allied ships. Zoreth's heart sank as he watched the vessel shudder and explode in a brilliant flash. "No," he shouted, his fists clenched. "We must respond." "Reinforcements are coming in," Sira said, trying to keep the morale high. "The fleet from the outer territories is arriving." Zoreth felt a spark of hope. The more ships they had, the better their chances. But the Zoltorians were relentless. Their assault continued, pushing the combined fleet back. Zoreth knew they had to turn the tide of the battle quickly. "Prepare for a counterattack. All ships, focus fire on the asterisk dreadnought asterisk. We need to cripple their command ship," Zoreth ordered, determination filling his voice. The asterisk Elysium asterisk surged forward, joining the other ships in a concentrated assault against Draken's flagship. Zoreth felt a thrill of adrenaline as the energy beams rained down on the Zoltorian vessel. Explosions rocked the asterisk dreadnought asterisk, and Zoreth could see Draken's ship beginning to falter. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission from Commander Alina," Sira shouted, breaking through the sounds of battle. "Put her on," Zoreth replied, eager to hear her plan. "Zoreth, we need to coordinate our attacks. If we can draw the Zoltorians into a tighter formation, we can unleash our full firepower," Alina said, her voice crackling with urgency. "Agreed. On my mark, we'll strike together," Zoreth replied. "Let's give them everything we have." As they readied for the counterstrike, Zoreth could feel the tension building in the air. This was their chance to turn the battle around. The Zoltorians had been relentless, but they could not withstand the combined strength of the alliance. "Now," Zoreth shouted, "all ships, fire." The space around them erupted with light as energy blasts surged toward the Zoltorian fleet. The combined firepower was overwhelming, striking the dreadnought and causing it to shudder. Zorath watched as the Zoltorian ship's shields began to fail. But the Zoltorian commander, Draken, was not easily defeated. "Regroup and retaliate," he bellowed, his voice echoing across the comms. "They think they can defeat us. Show them the power of the Zoltorian Empire." In response, the Zoltorian ships retaliated with a fury. Energy beams flew through the air, striking the Allied vessels and causing explosions. Zorath's heart raced as he saw several ships from their fleet get hit. "Protect the flanks. Move into formation," Zorath barked, feeling the weight of their predicament. They were outnumbered, and the battle was fierce. Alina's voice broke through the chaos. "Zorath, we need to find a way to separate Draken from the rest of his fleet. If we can isolate him, we can finish this." Zorath nodded, formulating a plan. "Let's feign a retreat. Draw them in close, and when they're in position, we'll turn and strike." With a swift command, Zorath ordered the fleet to pull back slightly, creating the illusion of vulnerability. The Zoltorian ships, sensing victory, surged forward, eager to finish the job. "Now, turn around and fire," Zorath shouted, adrenaline pumping through him. The Allied ships spun back into formation, unleashing a torrent of firepower at the incoming Zoltorians. The Elysium led the charge, and Zorath felt a surge of hope as their plan began to work. They had caught the Zoltorians off guard. But in the heat of battle, Zorath knew they couldn't let up. The fight was far from over, and every decision they made could determine the fate of their alliance. He felt the pressure, but deep down, he believed in the strength of their unity. Together, they could face any threat that came their way. The battle intensified as the Allied forces fought bravely against the Zoltorian fleet. Zorath, his heart pounding, guided the Elysium through the chaos of exploding ships and energy blasts. He could see Alina's Valor weaving expertly between enemy fire, her maneuvers graceful and precise. The combined fleets fought with determination, their spirits high, but the Zoltorians were fierce. "Captain, we've broken through their lines," Sira announced, her voice filled with excitement. "We're moving towards the dreadnought asterisk." Zorath grinned, feeling a rush of adrenaline. "Let's keep the pressure on. We need to take out their command ship before they regroup." He could see the dreadnought ahead, battered but still formidable, and he knew this was their chance to strike a decisive blow. As they approached, Zorath noticed that the Zoltorian forces were starting to waver. Their formations were breaking apart under the relentless assault from the combined fleet. It was a sign that the tide of battle was beginning to turn in their favor. "Prepare to fire on my mark," Zorath commanded, his eyes fixed on the dreadnought asterisk. "We'll aim for their weapon systems first. We can't let them retaliate." Alina's voice crackled over the comms. "We're ready to assist. Just give the word." Zorath nodded, feeling a surge of confidence. "Now, fire." The Elysium unleashed a barrage of energy blasts aimed directly at the dreadnought asterisk. The impact was immense, shaking the enemy ship and causing massive explosions. Zorath could see the Zoltorian flagship struggling to maintain its defenses. "Direct hits. Their shields are weakening," Sira shouted, her eyes wide with excitement. Zorath felt a rush of hope. "Keep firing. We need to break through." The Allied fleet focused its firepower on the dreadnought and Zorath could see the crew of the Zoltorian flagship scrambling to regain control. But the combined might of the human and alien forces was too much. As they pushed forward, Zorath felt the exhilaration of battle coursing through him. Suddenly, a chilling message came through from Draken. "You think you can defeat us? We are the Zoltorian Empire. You will regret this." Zorath felt a chill run down his spine. The Zoltorian commander was known for his ruthlessness, and he knew that Draken would not give up easily. "Stay sharp," he warned his crew. "He's not finished yet." Just as he spoke, the Dreadnought unleashed a desperate counterattack, firing its weapons in a furious barrage. The blasts ripped through space, and Zorath watched in horror as one of the Allied ships exploded under the assault. "No," he shouted, clenching his fists. "We can't let them take any more of us down." Elena's voice cut through the chaos. "We need to split their fire. If we can draw their attention away from the Elysium *, we might have a chance to finish this." Zorath nodded, his mind racing with strategies. "Okay, we'll send 2 ships to flank them and draw their fire. The rest of us will focus on the Dreadnought *. As he relayed the orders, he could see the plan taking shape. 2 of the smaller vessels broke away from the main formation, darting towards the Zoltorian flagship. The Dreadnought * immediately redirected its fire, focusing on the new targets. "Now's our chance," Zorath yelled. "All ships, concentrate fire on the Dreadnought *. Let's end this." The Allied fleet poured their energy into the Dreadnought *, and Zorath watched as the ship began to shudder. The Zoltorian flagship was taking heavy damage, but it still fought back fiercely. Zorath could see the determination in Draken's eyes even from a distance. "We're almost there," Sira shouted, her voice filled with urgency. "Just a bit more." Zorath could feel the energy in the air, a mix of fear and hope. They were close to victory, but he knew that the fight was not over. The Zoltorian forces were still relentless, and Draken was not one to back down easily. Just then, another wave of Zoltorian ships joined the fray, trying to reinforce the Dreadnought *. Zorath's heart sank. "We need to deal with them before they can turn the tide back in their favor." "On it," Sira replied, her fingers dancing over the controls. "Let's push forward. We can't let them regroup," Zorath ordered, rallying his crew. The energy of the fight surged through him, fueling his determination. They were fighting not just for their survival, but for the future of their alliance. As the Elysium * surged forward, Zorath felt a renewed sense of purpose. They would not be defeated today. Together, they would break the Zoltorian grip and ensure that their united front would stand strong against any threat that dared to challenge them. The final showdown was upon them, and they were ready to face whatever came next.